Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club. So let's hop right in and continue the game. Now, honestly, I just really want to finish this game up. I don't know, I heard that there was, multiple endings. I'm not going to try and go for the different endings. Whatever ending I get, I'm just going to stick with it. But yeah. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Next time we meet, we will share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Copper? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs I want to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Copper, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. That is, if I'm writing poems. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the eyes girls light up. I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super angry. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Copper, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? Monica, the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Copper, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. Alright, with that, the two of us depart the club and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. I will be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. Okay, it's time to write a poem. I am so confused. Alright. You know what? Let's choose games. Wait, hold on. Then choose disarray. Alright. Let's choose crimson. I don't know much about poems. Comfort. I don't know. Horror. Electricity. Alone. Vitality. Contamination. Massacre. Doki Doki. I don't know. I'm just choosing random words at this point. Effulgent? Whatever that says. Email. Secretive. Vivacious. Valentine. Shiny. Chocolate. Lipstick. Silly. Alright. I just chose random words, if anything. Hi again, Copper. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Copper. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Copper always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Man, this game is really weird. Like, I thought it would be like a visual novel of sorts, but it's really weird. But I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright. Let's just continue the game. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. How do you almost set your house on fire from trying to clean your house? How does that even happen? Like, genuinely, I have no clue how that would even possibly happen. From cleaning your house, by the way. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Like, I don't know how someone almost burns down their house just from trying to clean it. Like, if they use, like, you know, like, an open flame near some, like, bleach or other flammable chemicals like that, then that's understandable. But even then, that's still stupidity, if you ask me. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Copper can become good friends, too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems so oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't even thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't even expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think about it. Honestly, I just wonder what the book is, Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Alright, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Yuri, did you develop a little crush? Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, then, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Honestly, I'm not too good with picking up hints or anything. Heck, it took me until high school to realize that a girl I liked in elementary school even liked me back, and even then, she was already multiple months pregnant by that point. And I wasn't even the one who even realized, because her brother was the one who told me, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, I'm not really too good at picking up on hints. But even then, this is painfully obvious hints. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over to the back. The book is called Portrait of Markov. Hold on, I want to look up what that book's about. Yeah, it turns out it's not even a real book. Man, that's embarrassing. Well, honestly, can you really blame me? There's so many books now that it's hard to tell what even exists as a real book, There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Copper? I play Resident Evil. Of course I'm into that kind of thing. You know, like human experiments, choosing who to trust. Of course I'm into that kind of thing. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. He's so, shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to to look at life from a strange new perspective. Um, when horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their philosophy, so that they have to believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I mean, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. Haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. Uh, but I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Honestly, that I can kind of relate to that one because that's how I talk about the games and anime that I play and watch. That's how I get whenever I do that because I forget to pay attention to other people whenever I get heavily invested into something. Um, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. Man, sometimes I wish people would stop me when I start talking too much. Man, that feels all too relatable. Uh, I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Uh, it's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Um, just let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put into my bag. You know what? I'm gonna look up the character personalities. Like I know like they're different dairy types. I just want to get correct. I know Natsuki. I believe she's a tsundere. Or like a whatever it's called. I'm gonna look up what dairy types they are. All right. So it says that Natsuki is a tsundere, so I got that part right. Sayori is a dere. Um, Yuri is a dondere. But Monica, that goes into spoiler territories. I won't go there until like I actually get to that point in the game. So yeah. All right. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Uh, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just I'm not very used to. Um, that is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Honestly, I relate to Yuri. Out of the four main girls so far, I relate to Yuri the most. Because I get so invested with a lot of stuff. I love horror. Like Yuri does. Then, I kind of get a little too invested, in things whenever I start talking about it. And then, I'm not used to, socializing with people, like, whenever it comes to those subjects, you know. All right. I'll open the book and start the prologue. As I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little bit distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, are you... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Man, I apologize a lot, too. Like, I don't really do it on camera. I mostly... Like, whenever I screw up, like, in, like, off-camera or whatever, I apologize to no end. Like, I really don't like making too many people angry at me, if I'm being honest. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book, more between two of them. Uh, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Oh. Yuri takes her left arm, and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb when it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting to me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Honestly, I'm not used to reading either. Like, I'm really not. Judging by my slower pace with reading some of the dialogue in, like, visual novels or whatever. It's probably the least I can do. Holy crap, that stutter. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side, and she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. I'm gonna pause the recording to see how long I've been playing for. Alright. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Copper, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you've been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll have to do some more reading tonight. Or if you would prefer, I only read it with you. I guess you don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you if it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I really couldn't find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Honestly, I just want to get through this segment. Alright, I want to show this to Yuri, since I do have the closest bond with her, so far. Though I also do have a pretty strong bond with Sayori, due to the fact of being close friends, but, you know, Yuri's a close second, if anything. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Alright, as Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. She's going to hate me. He's going to hate me. Really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. What are you even talking about? I just chose random words to write the poem. I've never wrote a poem a day in my life. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. The most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. And the end result, is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. I'm gonna pause the recording to see how long I've been playing for. Alright, you know what, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I know that this was like a few seconds shorter than what I wanted to make it, but either way, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.